Hey guys, welcome to another episode of SempreInterTV where we're discussing the match against Juventus. Remember, leave your comments down below and hit that like button and subscribe. And let's get on to the match. So my thoughts on the first half were, well, I think Inter doing their classic letting Juve press as they do against any other team. But I did think, obviously, you can see the quality with Juve compared to other teams that we played because they were basically getting to the last line at our defence quite often. We weren't that effective on the breaks. Juve were playing quite a high intensity match today, so it was quite a bit more difficult for us to impose our style. Other than that, yeah, the penalty call, I'll get onto that later, as well, all the penalty calls really. Decent save by Handanovic on the penalty, but then obviously rebound just right at Ronaldo's feet and he couldn't miss. So, and then you've got our penalty at the other end, well taken by Lukaku, and then yeah, we're 1-1. And then right before half time, Cuadrado takes a shot at the edge of the box, which is slightly deflected, and it just seems to go right through Handanovic. I do think he could have done better, but it's hard to tell whether if he was maybe seeing the ball late. Obviously, deflection might have had an impact on that as well. But yeah, quite disappointing to concede right before half time because I thought that we were starting to get a bit better. But yeah, not much more to say on the first half. Not much else really happened. Yeah, on to the next half. So my thoughts on the second half were a bit more positive to start off with anyway. You could see that Antonio Conte really tried to push on with, especially when you consider he brought on Perisic right at half time. I thought that was a key change because obviously he offers a bit more going forward than what Darmian does. So that was good to see. We were pressing a lot more and yeah, it was looking a bit more positive. We did eventually get the goal back in the 88th minute, I believe. Own goal through Chiellini. Lautaro had a good chance as well, and Vecino shot saved right at the end. It was a good header. It was a really good header. He done well to get it down low, but it was a brilliant save by Szczesny, so I can't really fault him for that. But other than that, yeah, it was disappointing to lose after Juve's second penalty again, especially after they were being a man down. I think the decision for the red card was a bit weird, but yeah, that was the second yellow. It did seem like a tactical foul at the time, and yeah, there's not much else I could say about that other than, I mean, yeah, you do get bookings for tactical fouls. You had them to be on the second yellow, so I don't think we really sort of imposed ourselves when they were being a man down. We should have really chucked a few more bodies forward, because we didn't really capitalise on the man advantage. And then obviously Juve get a penalty in the 90th minute, and it was brilliantly taken by Cuadrado right in the corner hand. No keeper could save that. And yeah, disappointing end. And then Brozovic sent off. So yeah, this match sort of derailed, and yeah, not much else to say. It's just disappointing, obviously, to lose to Juve, but yeah. Personally, I don't have a top for the match. I don't think there was anything that overly positive about it. I feel like we could have done better in every respect. We didn't control the game, especially when we were a man up as well compared to Juve. We didn't really create a lot of chances. Yeah, it was a typical Derby d'Italia match, to be honest with you. It was a bit of a classic in the fact that there was a lot of controversy, there was a lot of aggression, fighting, not physically, but arguing, and there was a lot of gamesmanship going on. It was a classic derby. So, but yeah, there's no standout performer for me. There's no like bright moment or anything like that. It was just, yeah, disappointing, all round disappointing. We should have done better, but it is what it is. We just need to move on. Obviously we're already champions, but yeah, we do need to improve, and especially to try and keep our head out. That red card for Brozovic at the end was just unneeded. He was just angry, which I can understand, but yeah, that's about it. So my flop for the match has got to be, well, in my opinion, it's the refereeing. I think it was quite a bit, he just lost control of the game. Both of the penalty calls in the first half were not penalties at all. The fact that he gave the penalty for Chiellini's, the foul on Chiellini, he had to give the one on Lautaro. It's as simple as that. But that wasn't a foul by De Ligt, and it wasn't a foul on Chiellini either. He fell into him pretty much. And then it's debatable with the red card on Bentancur, like you said before. At the time it seems like a tactical foul because Romelu was going forward and he held him back, and he was already on a booking, so technically I do think that was okay. And then you've got the other penalty for Juve, the foul on Cuadrado. I don't think that Perisic did anything wrong. Cuadrado ran into him, tangled his leg a bit. He knew what he was doing, and it's fair enough. The fact that VAR had to step in quite a lot as well. I'm surprised they didn't step in with that penalty, to be honest with you, but it is what it is. On Inter's equaliser, the second one, the own goal by Chiellini, VAR stepped in for that because initially the referee gave the foul for Juve, but then you showed that it was actually Chiellini holding on to Lukaku. Lukaku was doing nothing wrong, so it sort of saved the referee's backside there as well. Other than that, it was just abysmal refereeing, and you totally lost control of the game. The players were going crazy, and yeah, you just had no control over them whatsoever.